Welcome to OPW Live. This is our Royal Rumble prediction show. Guys, I want to talk about the Royal Rumble. You know, the matches, our winners, our losers, any surprises. Hopefully no creepy Danhausen's under the ring. But let's get started. Alex, play that intro. Over here. Okay. I'm here. I'm Chris from OPW Live. That is Alex. That is James. Somewhere over here on this side of the world. We are going to get to the Royal Rumble. I'm going to start with the first match right now. This match is not confirmed, but because there's not very many matches on the Royal Rumble, because the Royal Rumble takes up so much time, I'm going to add it to our predictions anyway, as a, we'll call it the pre-show match. And that is the Raw Tag Team Championships being defended by the new champions Alpha Academy against RK Bro. Alpha Academy got the shocking upset win last week on Raw when they beat RK Bro for the Raw Tag Team titles. This is, I think, Otis's actual first tag team title, isn't it? Right?
First actual title.
You didn't get with Heavy Machinery.
Chad's no, he didn't.
Times, but you know.
No, Chad's actually now can say he's held the NXT Tag Team Championship and the Raw Tag Team Championship.
He's Triple Crown. He had the Smackdown Alpha Academy. Alpha.
Didn't they have the Smackdown title? Did they win?
American Alpha, thank you.
Yeah. They won the Smackdown title?
They did Smackdown, not Raw. So
they did
I think
Smackdown,
now
they also did NXT, yeah.
So
he's a literal tag team specialist.
He's tag team.
He's a tag team specialist. I think, didn't he win it once with Bobby Roode too? I don't remember.
Oh, no, you know who else he won it with at some point? Shelton Benjamin.
That's
now
right.
Now remembering, I think he actually might have actually won the. He might have actually won the.
It was the world's greatest tag team remix.
Yeah, he won the SmackDown with Shelton. He won the NXT with Jordan.
And don't fact check us in the comments, okay? Just
we've covered our bases. We're good.
We've covered our bases.
We're good.
All right. So I'm gonna say this is a pre-show match. I don't know if this is true. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but you know they were kind of like teasing it. Randy Orton just beat Chad Gable on Monday's episode of Raw, and usually when you beat the champions in a non-title match, even the one half, you get a tag title shot. Plus, you know, rematches, all that stuff. So James, I'm gonna go ahead and move over to you and make your prediction for this match: Alpha Academy versus RK Bro with the titles on the line.
I have to go with Alpha Academy only because they only won it like 2 weeks ago, and they're just going. I know RK Bro is popular, but promises they don't really need the titles to be where they are right here, and I have to go with because they won it so early and everything like that. I don't see Alpha dropping it in this one. Maybe if they run it to if they do this at say about WrestleMania or something, then I guess I would change my tune. But right now
we're at the Rumble.
We're at the Rumble, so right. I would say Alpha Academy right now.
And Alex, I'm gonna point down at you. Yeah.
Perfect. Look at that. All right. I'm gonna be honest. I pretty much put a countdown on I basically put a countdown on RK Bro as a team from the day that they teamed up to when they were gonna break up. Yeah. So that's kind of my stance with RK Bro. I don't think that right. I feel like that's especially true now that they've now won the titles, which was cool. I enjoyed it, but now they've lost it, and I don't think they're gonna win them right back. So I'm kind of in
so you're picking Alpha Academy.
So I'm going with Alpha Academy on that.
I am also picking Alpha Academy. I'm gonna kind of do a little fancy booking here. I think this is gonna be like a 2-part set tonight where RK Bro breaks up, because they are both also scheduled for the Rumble, and so you can imagine a scenario where RK Bro fails to capture the tag titles. There's some dissension, and then one eliminates the other from the Rumble later in the night. And you've got yourself a WrestleMania program, which is I think probably looking at is Orton versus Riddle at Mania.
Here's the twist: Riddle's the heel.
Probably not, but you know.
That'd be interesting.
Riddle becomes the heel in that feud.
All right.
Let's go ahead and do the. This is not going to be in any particular order. I know it usually starts with one of the Rumbles, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll start with the women's Royal Rumble match. So WWE has announced several participants for the match. I don't know. I'm going to read them all off in a second, so you can count them with me. But of course, they like to not announce everyone so they can have surprises and stuff. This is a very interesting Rumble just because they don't have a lot of main.
They don't have enough women on the roster.
Yeah, right. But here's what we have confirmed for so far, and then I'll throw out some rumors as well that we do know of. So we have Carmella, Dana Brooke, Nikki ASH, Queen Zelina, Rhea Ripley, Tamina, Aaliyah, Charlotte Flair is in the match, although she's a champion, so she must. Yeah, she's in the match so that she could win the Rumble and not have to defend the title at Mania, or she gets to pick her own opponent or something. Naomi, Natalia, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi, Brie Bella, Lita, Nikki Bella, Kelly, Michelle McCool, Mickie James, Summer Rae, Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan. The other two rumored names that I saw is Io Shirai and Raquel Gonzalez as call-ups in the main roster. They've been doing dark matches before Smackdown recently. So, Alex, you are first. I've given you a long length of this names. You can also pick someone who's not on this list if you feel like someone not on this list is going to win the Rumble.
All right. I think the easiest way for me to go with this prediction is to do what I've done. To do it, I think I'll do what I did the last time we had predictions and predict for the sake of hoping that it doesn't happen. I'm gonna go with my worst case scenario. I'm just gonna say, let's just go with Charlotte wins.
Charlotte wins.
Charlotte wins, and we have to deal with how are they gonna deal with the fact that the champion won when?
Well, she said that she'll pick her own opponent.
Oh, okay, that's
she
true.
wins.
That
was her purpose of entering the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And I think she might have said she's going to enter in at 30, but I'm not quite sure. You can correct me in the comments. You can correct me on this one in the comments. But I think that's where we're going. All right, so you're picking Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, I'll just go with Charlotte.
I am going to pick Asuka. I think. Oh no, not Asuka. Sorry.
That's a hard pick. That's a hard pick.
She's still out. Bayley. I'm gonna pick Bayley. So I'm gonna pick Bayley.
That's not a bad choice.
I think Bayley is getting close to be. She's been teasing coming back, like her injury being healed up. I know Asuka should be out a little bit longer, but Bayley is the person I'm thinking. Surprise entrance to win the Rumble.
Are we getting close to a year now since she's been out? Almost 9 months.
Bayley is about 9 months, and she's did aggressive rehab, and we my pick may be wasted if she doesn't even enter the Rumble, but I'm thinking she's the biggest name out there. Well, but the biggest name that if she came back and she won, people would be happy. Obviously, I think Bianca Belair is the favorite to win.
She didn't win. She won last year, though.
Right, but there's really no one else in the Rumble to win, right? Is Queen Zelina going to win the Rumble? No, right? I just spoiled who James is not picking right there. But yeah, I'm going to pick Bayley. I'm hoping she's close enough to coming back. She's a surprise entrance. She comes back, she wins. James.
That's actually, I agree. That's actually not a bad choice. That actually would make sense to do it.
We try to pick different for the Rumble.
But so there's one rumor you didn't say about there. There is a rumor that they're trying to get Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, there's that one. I think if Ronda's back, she wins. You're right.
Yeah, if Ronda comes back, she wins. That's the prevailing thing, because then she'll have a choice of either Charlotte or Becky. Should I go back?
Are you picking her?
No, I say that's a rumor. That's not confirmed. Out of that group, I would love to see now. I'm not picking Mickie James, but I'd glad to see Mickie James is back in there. And this is going to do more for Impact than Mickie is the Impact Women's Champion.
I hope she gets to bring the title.
She does. She will get. Trust me, that's probably one of the conditions they were to sign her to get, at least have her have the title with her name now. Yeah, Impact Women's Champion. Yeah. So let me see. My choice though. This is hard. Honest with you, I really have no idea because I don't know where they're going with the women's side. You can go. I say
plausible names on here.
I say Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley challenges Becky.
All right, Rhea Ripley. I think that's
I think that would be a good, because we haven't seen Rhea Ripley and Becky yet, have we? Except for that one little thing they did. No, they didn't.
No, we haven't had a feud yet.
This would be perfect. Rhea versus Becky would be nice at the Rumble. At the Mania. I think that would be a great feud.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the next match. So this is the only non-title match of the night, I guess. Well, the Rumbles are not title matches technically, but this is the grudge match And it's the mixed tag team match of Miz and Maurice versus Edge and Beth Phoenix. Miz and Edge had a match at day one, which Edge won after Beth interfered on his behalf, because Edge is not a real man and can't win without his wife. That's the story they're telling.
Well, his wife is Maurice. I'm not mad at it.
I know Miz is the bad. It's a joke. I get it. Miz is the bad guy. Maurice helps him win all the time. All right. But that's the story here, and then they've kind of escalated at this point. Edge and Beth Phoenix ruined Miz and Maurice's vow renewals.
And Beth coming back looking like a Viking.
Beth's a Viking. Yeah.
She's a Viking now. She looks just like
I think she just was playing Assassin's Creed a lot. Valhalla.
Yeah. She reminds me of.
It's pretty cool.
She reminds me of one of the chicks on Vikings. Remember, Edge was on that show too, and she reminds me of one of that.
On the show. You're right. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna pick Miz and Maurice. Part of this is because I really want them to win, and part of this is because if you're gonna extend Edge versus Miz, then Miz has to win sometime. I thought he should have won at day one if they wanted to keep it going, because Edge winning kind of means what's the point of him doing a rematch, but Miz winning because he'll win, by cheating, and they can do it again. So I'm gonna pick Miz and Maurice. James, you're up.
That actually makes a good point. You make a good point there. If they want to take this thing all the way to Mania,
and I don't know if they do, to be fair.
That's true. If they want to go one more pay-per-view, I know we have. No, there isn't one more pay-per-view at this. Mania is after this.
Saudi show.
There's just.
They're treating it as a pay-per-view now. Or sorry,
is it the Elimination Chamber Saudi show?
Yeah.
All right.
It's
I can
Saudi
see the
Chamber.
blow off.
No, it's Saudi Hell in Cell. I'm not sure what it is.
I can see the blow off there if they want to do one more. So
correct us in the comments.
Yeah. So your choice is not bad in that. My head is my heart is saying Edge, but my head is Maurice and Miz. I'll go Maurice and Miz. I think they're doing one more. They're gonna have one more blow-off match.
It's Elimination Chamber in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, February 19th.
Yeah, so they're doing one more. I think they're gonna do a blow-off match.
Yeah.
Unless they want to take it all the way to me.
Who are you picking?
Miz and Maurice. I'll say Miz.
Ooh, risky pick, Alex.
It is. I can tell you, my heart says Edge, but my head is saying they're gonna do one more after this. It's gonna be one more.
Alex, you are up.
Okay, listen. First of all, it's just nice to see. It's just nice to see Beth Phoenix back. Royal Rumble appearances notwithstanding, I'm just happy to see her involved, especially involved in a storyline like this. That's just nice. I think for the sake of the competition aspect of this whole thing, I'm gonna be the dissenter. I'm actually gonna go ahead and go with Edge and Beth, because personally, and this is purely my own opinion on it, but I feel like sometimes whether or not somebody wins a match or not doesn't mean that the feud won't continue, because heaven knows WWE loves to make sure feuds continue regardless.
True.
I think because I don't know, whether or not they do, because if they extend Edge versus Miz until WrestleMania, it probably won't involve Maurice and Beth to this extent. So I think so kind of the flip side of what you guys were saying, I think that this would be a good moment for Edge and Beth to win as a couple, as a tag team on this particular night, and that's why I'm going to go with them for the pick. For this event, for this premium live event, as I like to say now.
Premium live event now. Yep, no more pay-per-view. PLE. Pile. This pile event. All right, let's go ahead to the first of 3 championship matches that are confirmed, and that is the Raw Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch is defending the Raw Women's title against the number 1 contender, Doudrop. Doudrop defeated Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair in a dominating fashion in a triple threat match a couple weeks ago, and has been the number 1 contender since then. And then Becky Lynch seems to be fascinated by Doudrop, but they haven't really had much interaction, beyond that. So, James, you are up. That's where we're at.
This was the easy one. Much as I like Doudrop, Piper Niven. Why did you just call her that? Much as I really like her and I think she's really good, she's not beating Becky. Becky's big time Bex. They're moving her. If Becky's gonna drop the belt, it'll be Mania and everything. So it'll be a big match. So I say Becky, big time Bex.
All right, Becky. Alex.
Well, I'll tell you what would be nice. I know it won't happen, but it might as well a fantasy book here. Is that Doudrop ends up losing this match, but somehow wins the one. Nope, never mind. If we're under the assumption that the Women's Rumble is happening first, never mind. No, unfortunately.
I have no assumption of what matches.
That's
first.
True. Okay, if I can fantasy book for a second, if the Women's Rumble isn't on first, then maybe Doudrop loses this, but somehow wins the Rumble. But that's a fantasy booking of the highest order. As it stands, I'm kind of in the same boat as James. Big fan of Doudrop, of Piper Niven, but I think Becky's going to end up retaining.
And I just hope that she gets her name back, Piper Niven.
Yeah, it's a better name. It's a better name.
It would be nice, but they've already changed Walter's name. So I would recommend just letting go of that hope.
Yeah, all right. I'm picking Becky Lynch. I mean, Doudrop's not winning. It's just they needed someone here to fill Becky Lynch's time, and they didn't want to waste someone who could, like Bianca Belair, who could easily win the Rumble again. So
it'll be a good match.
Becky Lynch wins.
But I don't think it was a bad choice. It wasn't a bad choice putting her in there. She's actually a very good worker. It's not that. It's just
all right. Let's see here.
And the Women's Rumble is going to be first. Trust me, they're ending with the Men's Rumble. Women's Rumble is going to be first.
All right, so let's do a championship match. I'm not sure which will happen first because of the two champions, and they're kind of both like the last champion people.
I say Lashley.
I'm going to pick the Universal Championship first because there's a chance that match goes first anyway, like first for the night because Seth Rollins likes to go out first. But the Universal Championship match is Roman Reigns defending the title against Seth Rollins in a really weird kind of twist where Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar change brands here. And Seth Rollins is sort of the good guy, ?
He's the Joker.
Yeah.
He's
but
the
Seth Rollins says he's the locker room leader, the visionary, and Roman Reigns has never beaten him. You know, all that good stuff.
He's playing Joker.
He's the best.
Yeah, I'm introducing the match, and then I'm going to ask Alex to make a prediction. Roman Reigns fighting the title against Seth Rollins.
It's the Joker versus Batman.
Hey, he's the best guy. He even brought up Mox on SmackDown. Like not Dean Ambrose.
Anyway, it's your pick.
Sorry. This feels like very familiar territory, doesn't it? We're having a Universal Championship match. Roman Reigns is defending, and I can't think of a single reason to pick anyone other than Roman. So I got to go with Roman on this one.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to pick Roman. I don't think this is... As much as I would really like to see Roman Reigns lose the title because he's had the title for way too long, I don't think it's Seth. Seth is not a credible good guy right now. So I pick Roman Reigns. It'll be a fun match, and Roman Reigns will finally defeat Seth Rollins. I'm sure he's beaten him before. I'm sure Seth Rollins is wrong about that, but, you know...
He might actually be right, but they never.
It's probably happened like on a random SmackDown or Raw.
Oh well, yeah, well,
like,
no,
he's never beat him at a premium live event. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But it's probably happened like on a random
house show or something.
Yeah, random house show or something.
But those don't count. So
those don't count. All right, James, it is your pick for.
Yeah, I mean, Seth is basically being his character. He's basically being a Joker compared to, he's a villain to a much bigger villain. So he's the lesser of the two evils. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't see it again. This is a holding spot. That what they did was because of him getting the beverage, and because they flipped it. So this is going to bleed into the next title match. So yeah, Roman wins this, and then Roman messes with. Well, we'll talk about that in the next one.
All right.
But Roman wins this one. Yeah. Okay. Seth is not beating him here.
Then let's go ahead and move over to the WWE Championship match. It is the reigning, defending, undisputed, conquering. I did that backwards and wrong. Let's see. Is it reigning, defending, conquering, undisputed? What is the order of it?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
It is the reigning, defending, undisputed World WWE Heavyweight Championship champion of the world, Brock Lesnar, versus the almighty Bobby Lashley, with MVP in his corner, of course, for the WWE title. And I get to go first, don't I? So that's exciting. So I really, really, really want Lashley to win. I so badly want Lashley to win. I thought maybe this should have been the Mania program if they were going to pull the trigger. With that said, this is a tough one because I haven't actually decided. No, I have decided who's winning the Royal Rumble. So it doesn't matter to me who wins this one. I'm going to pick Brock Lesnar. I don't feel like he's going to lose the title so soon. He's never done a quick title reign like this. So Brock Lesnar, although I wish for Bobby Lashley to be almighty and win. James.
This is where I was talking about earlier.
Go for it.
This is going to bleed. The Roman match is going to bleed in this one. Brock is going to lose to Lashley with the help of Roman Reigns. Because then Brock is going to steal a spot in the Rumble to win. Watch. They're going that route.
All right.
They're going that route.
Spoiling your
Rumble. I'm spoiling the men's Rumble now because
all right.
I can see the E doing this.
We'll come back to that thought then. Alex.
Right. If we're gonna play a little bit of fantasy booking, I'll attach some of mine here. It doesn't involve the Rumble itself, though. My thing is, I think, put simply, I think we're on the road to unifying the WWE and Universal Championships, and I think Brock's gonna retain en route to doing this winner-take-all scenario, maybe come WrestleMania, because I think it all ends up coming back down to Brock versus Roman, regardless of what title's on the line. I just happen to think that we're gonna get a winner-take-all situation then. So I think Rumble. I think as far as this match goes, I think Brock's gonna retain.
Oh God! You just opened a can of worms. That.
All right. Well, you'll get your moment in a moment. Then let's do the last match on the card, and that is the men's Royal Rumble match. I say this for last because I think it's the most fun in terms of prediction. So let me go ahead and list off the participants that have been announced, and of course, it could be some secret participants we weren't thinking of, that kind of thing as well. So it's not limited to these people, but we have Jackass's Johnny Knoxville, who was the first person to announce this year. Montez Ford and Angela Dawkins, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio, Austin Theory, Sheamus, Damian Priest, AJ Styles, Big E, Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss, Sami Zayn, Kofi Kingston, Kevin Owens, Omos, Randy Orton, Riddle, Chad Gable, Otis, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode. James, you've been wanting to make this, so go ahead. You're first.
Okay, so like I said, I think they're going with Brock is going to take someone's spot, beat them up, take their spot. They're going to come on and win it. I think they're going that route because they're going to move then Brock versus Roman at WrestleMania and everything like that. And I wouldn't put it past them to do that. Now, if we're going to say who you think is going to be an unannounced special guy, he still hasn't signed a contract yet. Cody Rhodes. Just to show up. I'm not saying he's going to win, but show up. Cody Rhodes. only because he hasn't signed a contract. He hasn't signed a performance contract with AEW right now. I know he's an EVP, but he's a free agent so I think he's going to show up. But yeah, Brock wins this.
All right. Alex, you're up.
Okay. Refresh my brain just because it's a little fuzzy. We're just picking a winner right now? Yeah?
We're just picking a winner right now.
I do that extra thing in there.
Fair. Okay. That's fair. As far as I'm concerned,
we'll do the tiebreaker afterwards.
Okay. My pick for the winner, I think it's got to be. Gosh, this is surprisingly hard because especially if I especially this weird fantasy booking I've planted in my head about the title situation itself. I think I have no idea how that's gonna play out. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna borrow from James's idea based on my own fantasy booking. Screw it. I think Roman Reigns is gonna end up winning the Royal Rumble as Universal Champion.
Okay, this is descended into madness.
We've gone into madness.
And the problem is,
the problem is we're probably both wrong on.
No, here's the thing. You might be right. This is WWE. I wouldn't put him past him to do that.
I don't know. All right, so you're picking Roman Reigns?
Yeah, screw it. Right. I'm just gonna do that. I wouldn't
put him past WWE to do that.
So at the beginning of the month, I actually thought this was really easy and obvious, and that was going to be Drew McIntyre. However, he is actually out with a legitimate injury, and he is not expected back for the Rumble. Now, of course, it could be a work, and maybe he does show up, and then I just wasted my pick for nothing. But because Drew McIntyre is not going to be there, I'm not going to do any crazy fantasy book, and I think it's one of these people on this list who's announced to the Rumble. So I'm going to pick Big E.
That wouldn't be a bad choice.
I think he's the only person in the Rumble who could conceivably win. Unless you're doing something crazy with Randy Orton and Riddle. He's the only main eventer scheduled for the Rumble right now. So I'm thinking Big E to win the Royal Rumble, challenging, whoever has the title at this point. Well, get that Big E Lesnar match.
That is something. I mean, take this.
I thought we were going to get Drew McIntyre, but he's injured, so I mean, I guess AJ Styles could win it too.
I don't know. AJ's not at that point. AJ's not at that point where he doesn't need to do that anymore.
I know, but I mean, he could be heated up anytime for a run. He could be. I'm going to pick Big E. Big E. He just dropped the title.
Yeah,
I think they really liked Big E in chase mode, and so let him win the Rumble, and he can be in chase mode again for another couple months.
That's my thought too.
That's kind of repeat what they did with Kofi Kingston on the lead up to WrestleMania. They really like the faces like chasing for the title, so I'm going to pick Big E.
Yeah, I can see a scenario where then they do the thing where he plays it out who he's going to choose. I got a history with you, Brock. I got a history with you, Roman. So they can play that scenario out.
They can do that.
I can see them going that route
till Elimination Chamber.
Or if it goes the way it goes, hey, it could fit. Big E wins. Lashley, like I said, the thing happens. Lashley beats Brock. Roman causes Lashley to lose. Lesnar to lose. Now Big E could do the choices. Hey, I beat you before, Bobby, or I want to take on Roman Reigns. You can go that route, and then
that's there. I think Bobby Lash would call out Big E.
Yeah, then you can take Bobby
now I know you're coming.
Yeah, you can do that. So you can do that, and then they can always flip it. So like I said, if he chooses Lashley, then you can go Brock Roman again for WrestleMania.
All right, let's do our final prediction. That's our tiebreaker.
I just made it more simple.
So this is our tiebreaker, and this is just predicting a surprise entrant in each of the Rumbles. So let's start with the Women's Rumble. Alex, you are first. Picking a surprise entrant for the Women's Royal Rumble. Someone who's not announced. So someone on the list that I read off before, who's not on the list I read off before.
Okay. Let me think. A surprise. And I don't.
And not the NXT two that I mentioned either. I think that would be too easy.
No,
to pick Eagle or
no. I think
Raquel.
I'm trying to think back to last year's Royal Rumble, and I've already forgotten most of it. So
there was no surprises on that one, I don't think.
No. Okay.
Last year's? I don't think there was a surprise last year.
Let's go with Layla.
Layla?
Yeah,
okay.
Let's go with Layla.
All right. I picked Bayley to win, so I don't think it's fair if I also pick Bayley as my surprise. So a couple people I'm thinking about. I'm thinking if you have Lita, you have to have Trish, right?
That's a good one. I was thinking of that too.
Thinking about Trish. I think what I'm going to do though is I'm going to spread out my eggs a little bit, and I'm going to say Asuka is going to return from injury after all. So even if she doesn't win, but if she does return, then I get a point here, or a bonus point here. So I'm going to pick Asuka as a surprise entrant. We haven't heard from her in a long time. Hopefully she's ready back from injury. All right, James.
That's a tough one. I mean, your Asuka's a good pick. I gotta say
it is, right?
That's a really good pick. I will say right now, I think the safe bet. There's another one rumor, Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane?
Fly her over. No, but I'll say this. I mean, I would say if they're able to pursue it, I would say Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey? Okay, no, that's that's a really explosive pick. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. And then we'll pick a surprise entrance for the men's Rumble. I get to go first. This is a tough one because I'm not sure who's out there right now who would, like, to me, I guess a surprise thing that's out there who could do it might be like a Jeff Hardy. I know they just released him, but he's Jeff Hardy, I mean, there's so many people on the roster they haven't announced for it, like a Finn Balor, who was not announced, but he doesn't count for a surprise pick. I think the way to go is probably through a WWE legend. So, who has been sticking around? Kind of like hanging out backstage. Plus with and there's also maybe that Mickie James will not be the only person signed for another company appearing.
That's what I'm thinking too.
So I'm going to go ahead, and I had a name in my head and it just flew out of my head, and I have to think about it again real quick. I'm gonna actually do something a little wild here. I'm gonna think Corey Graves. There was news that recently he was cleared to compete. Perhaps he gets his shot at the Royal Rumble, just does the whole standing up from the announce table saying, "Guys, it's me," rips off his suit, and he.
Well, that's what. Lawler did that. Lawler did that back in the day.
Lawler's done it. Michael Cole's done it.
Michael Cole's done it. Everybody, almost every announcer has done it at least once, except for JR.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick Corey Graves. He did get cleared for in-ring competition last month, so maybe he'll do like a spot in the Rumble just so he can live out his dream of wrestling on the main roster.
That's not hard. I mean, the Rumble be the best time to do it. I mean, he doesn't really have to do anything.
Anyway, it's your pick, James.
Yeah, you're good. You know who's been missing? Is he still on tour? He's still on tour, isn't he, Bad Buddy? He's still on tour.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad pick.
I mean, I haven't heard
from him, but for one appearance,
yeah.
I didn't think about Bad Buddy.
That's what I was thinking too, but I don't think they would. God, that's a tough one. I mean, I can go with my heart. I'm gonna go with like wishful thinking, Moose. But I don't think they would do that, would they?
I mean, if it's going to be someone from Impact, it's probably going to be a former WWE person on Impact.
I don't know. What other former WWE's been on Impact? Tommy Dreamer? No, he's been canceled.
I mean, you got the likes of like the Good Brothers. And I don't know. Oh, TJP. TJP's there.
I mean, I can think of a few people from WWE that are in Impact.
Yeah, he left on bad. I thought he had left on bad condition. TJP. I thought he didn't.
I don't know. I'm sure Austin Aries is kicking around somewhere.
Austin Aries never.
No. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, he
no,
walked out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, gotta make a pick.
I'll make a pick. I'll just throw it out there. I'll just to heck with it. I'll throw Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny.
All right. I think that's Bad Bunny's a solid pick for a surprise entrant.
I mean, I could see it.
I'm actually kind of
I
jealous.
know he was doing the. I know he was doing the tour. That's the reason we haven't seen him. He's went on tour.
Yeah.
Even Triple H gave him the metal case.
Yeah, I remember that from last year's Fleek. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Now
but
he said
he just come off for one appearance. It's not like a big deal.
Yeah, it's not hard.
No,
to fly out.
if I had thought about Bad Bunny, I would have picked Bad Bunny. All right, Alex.
Gosh. See, the funny thing is,
You have your pick now, the former WWE people in Impact.
well, yeah. See, the funny thing about all this is like, it is well within reason to have Corey Graves and to have Bad Bunny on there. So I think for my pick, I'm actually gonna get a little more wild and go into the Forbidden Door, because to your point, Chris, I do think if anybody from like an Impact or whatever is gonna show up, it's gonna be someone that used to be in WWE. Because that's kind of the reason why we have Mickie James. Like, they'll mention that she's the Impact Knockouts champion, but that's not why they brought her in. They brought her in as a former WWE person, you know. So I don't know. It's more just trying to narrow it down, and I think all things considered, you know what would be fun? I think it would be fun for this guy to show up at the Rumble, just to have the extra gig because he's got kids. That's right. I'm talking about Heath Slater.
Heath Slater.
I would have a problem with that.
That's actually a solid pick. I mean, they did bring him last year when Drew was champion.
I got kids. I can see that.
There was something
plays,
great about that moment of him showing up.
Yeah, I mean, he came in when Drew was champion.
Yeah, it was
that's actually a solid pick.
So, and if that plays, if that opening plays, the place will explode.
All right. I got kids. So, final thoughts on the Rumble before we wrap it up.
Ooh, it's in St. Louis too. This is damn it, I just forgot it's in St. Louis. This is Orton's hometown. He sure the hell ain't winning the title now. He ain't getting Orton win the title in his hometown.
Nope.
He ain't winning nothing.
All right. With that, leave you. I am Chris. That is James and Alex from OPW Live, and we will see you after the Rumble.